Hello, this is Terry from Fabric Junction in Sturgis, South Dakota, and today I'm here to show you another wonderful quilt that we made with our fabric jewels. We call it Easy Twist, and it was a lot of fun to put together, making these cute little blocks that have a little bit of twist to them. With that, to make this quilt, we actually used 2 packs of our fabric jewels, which are 32 8.5 inch squares. And you will actually use 60 of the squares from your 2 packs. The first thing you need to do is take your squares out and split them in half. So you have these wonderful rectangles. Once you have those split, you will cut squares out of what I'm going to call your background sashing fabric, because it's the piece here, and then I used in the sashing and a first border and the binding on this particular quilt. You will cut a square, you will cut the square in half twice, and that will yield 4 triangles. So to put your block together, you take your rectangles, place them to your side. I take my triangles to my right side, and I'll take 1 rectangle on the bottom, a triangle on top, and I'm going to match this corner. So it'll line up to my left and it'll line up towards my body. I will do a 1/4 inch seam. Once I get to the end of the triangle, I'll cut, move it aside, and grab my next one. I'm going to continue doing this till I have my stack done. The first step done in my block. Now I need to press. Now I want to match up one stack of color to the other stack of color, and this time I'm going to line up this point. So I go back to my machine, stick 1 to my left, 1 stack to my right, and I want to line up that point . This time I can go right off the edge. So I got this one on the top. So it'll be exactly the same as the other one. If I get them mixed up, I'll end up putting the same print next to each other. Together, separate, open them up. Again, I'm going to press. Oh, you want to go everywhere, that's okay. Come back here. Okay, now I'm going to sew the two of these together, and the part I need to line up is this little intersection here. And as you can see, I pressed opposite directions. So I'm going to butt those two up right beside each other, and I can feel they're nice and close. If you're afraid that it's going to slip on you, go ahead and pin it. There is nothing wrong with that. This will be shorter, because you can see from here, the triangle comes out shorter. That's all intentional. So now we have our block together, but we need to square it up. So to square it up, and these are 10.5-inch squares. So the easiest way to do this one is, I actually have a 10.5-inch square. You can use a bigger one, but you'll have to, do two sides at a time. The advantage of this one is, because it is a 10.5, I can place it, the circle, the center, right on my little X point. Take my line, the diagonal line that's on here, and line it up with my diagonal. And you can see I have a little bit to trim on some parts, a little more to trim on other parts, but that's okay. I have enough to make my 10.5-inch square. This is in the center. My square is set. I'm going to move this over just a smidgen as I cut. Shift it back just a hair. So sometimes you have to kind of compromise a little bit, but it looks like I'm pretty set. I'm still center here. My diagonal line just wants to shift just a smidgen, but I can live with that, because visually once it's done, no one is going to notice that little tiny shift. So as I'm cutting, I have two sides. I do a quick turn on my table. Everything is still exactly where I want it. So I trim the other two sides. And just that easy, I have my beautiful easy twist square ready to go into my lovely quilt made from our fabric jewels. The beautiful line called Longfellow makes this great quilt. I hope you enjoy making this easy twist quilt and the fun, quick technique to make these beautiful squares that look like they're complicated but very simple to put together. Thank you for watching us here at Fabric Junction.